A young boy named Andrew, aged 12, finds himself at a gathering where he innocently watches the event organizer dance. Shortly after, he abruptly pulls his mother aside. His mother inquires about the matter, to which Andrew reveals he has fallen deeply in love. His mother, overjoyed, after the festivities conclude, Andrew approaches his crush and initiates a conversation.
Maybe for a date?
He seizes the opportunity to ask her out on a date. However, she chuckles and declines. This rejection devastates Andrew, causing him to cry the entire way home. His mother feels sorrow for him, even though she recognizes it's just a fleeting crush. Fast forward to 10 years later, and we see Andrew, now an adult, enjoying himself at a party with his girlfriend, Maya. Maya mentions her plans to move to Barcelona due to a scholarship she's received for her studies, with Maya being the one to move. Andrew assures Maya that he will manage to save enough to join her in Barcelona. Andrew secures a position as a cashier at a place known as Meat Sticks. Throughout this period, he's always messaging and calling Maya. It's later revealed that Andrew continues to reside with her mother and her stepfather, Greg. That night, Andrew's mother instructs him to take his younger brother, David, to a gathering. He inquires about her absence, and she reveals she's experiencing a manic episode due to her bipolar disorder. Left with no other options, Andrew decides to take David to the event. Upon their arrival, Andrew bumps into a friend from his childhood, Macy. They enter the venue, and the party turns out to be quite dull. Macy inquires about Andrew's employment, which he finds uncomfortable to discuss about his job at Meat Sticks, so he dodges the question. She then introduces him to a woman named Domino and her daughter, Lola. Lola is autistic, and her mother had to delay her enrollment in school for 3 years due to her condition. Andrew realizes that the mood has soured and decides to switch up the music, encouraging everyone to dance with his charming words. Gradually, the vibe shifts, and the crowd starts to loosen up. At the same time, Lola feels completely out of her element at the gathering and finds it difficult to blend in. Domino encourages her daughter to join the other kids in the dance, but she's hesitant. Despite this, Domino stands by her daughter, finding a quiet spot away from the noise. Shortly after, Andrew spots them and invites them to dance, but Lola feels uneasy and turns them down. Consequently, Andrew decides to leave them alone and head back to the dance floor. As the night goes on, Andrew returns to Domino to chat. He mentions that he believes he can get Lola to dance with him, but she's skeptical. He proposes a bet, saying that if he can get Lola to dance with him, she owes him $300. Domino accepts, and Andrew immediately goes to talk to Lola. He whispers something in her ear, and they make their way back to the dance floor to start dancing. Domino is overjoyed to see her daughter finally enjoying herself on the dance floor. After the event, Domino approaches Andrew to express her gratitude and also compensates him. Shortly after, a number of mothers come up to him, complimenting him for turning a boring gathering into an enjoyable one. Impressed by his skills, they decide to employ him as a party initiator for their future events. Andrew tells his parents about his new role. His mother is overjoyed and offers her support, leading him to decide to leave his job at the restaurant. Greg suggests that Andrew might want to consider cutting back his hours instead of quitting outright. This suggestion only frustrates Andrew. Domino is seen putting her daughter to bed, softly scratching her back. Intrigued, she inquires about what Andrew said to her daughter earlier. The young girl discloses that Andrew promised to purchase a magic cube for her. Domino asks if Andrew would be a suitable babysitter for her daughter. Lola confesses that she's not fond of babysitters. The next day, David attempts to make a video to promote his brother on social media. Andrew isn't pleased with it, but their mother praises his brother for his kindness. In response, Andrew mentions that he doesn't need any recognition, as he's planning to move to Barcelona once he has enough savings. Upon hearing this, his mother is taken aback, suspecting Maya might be the reason. She's distressed by the thought of her son making such a big choice for her, but he kept it to himself to avoid upsetting her. A few days later, Andrew attends his next gathering, where Domino and Lola also show up. He manages to lighten the mood at the party, and everyone begins to have a good time. But suddenly, Domino starts feeling sick and heads to the restroom. At the same time, Andrew sees Lola being harassed by a boy and steps in to assist her. He asks her what's going on. and she tells him the boy was making fun of her for being older than her peers. The situation gets heated when the bully's parents show up, leading to a dispute. Things get even more complicated when they realize Andrew has been drinking, resulting in his immediate expulsion from the party. After leaving the party, Andrew spots Lola sitting by herself and asks her about her mom's whereabouts. She replies that she's not sure. Just moments later, he spots her in the bathroom, bleeding profusely. She explains to him that she can't leave in her current state and pleads for his assistance. Andrew fetches her some paper towels and dons his jacket to shield her. Yet, she expresses her reluctance to wear his clothes, fearing the ensuing gossip. Left with no other choice, Andrew reaches out to David and Lola, requesting they bring some t-shirts, given his inability to enter. Subsequently, the four of them don matching t-shirts and depart from the gathering. Andrew volunteers to drive them back home. Upon their return, Domino heads to the shower, while Andrew and Lola enjoy some time together. She introduces him to her pet hamster and discusses her academic life. After exiting Lola's room, Andrew bumps into Domino, who has just emerged from the shower. She expresses her gratitude for his help and requests him to stay a bit longer. Once Lola dozes off, Domino returns downstairs, and Andrew inquires about her marital status. She reveals that she is engaged to Joseph and that the house is his. Her fiancé's frequent travels leave her feeling isolated. Andrew offers to be her go-to person if she ever needs someone to look after Lola while she's occupied. Andrew inquires if Joseph knew about her pregnancy, to which she replies he was unaware. Andrew then promises her that he's available to listen if she ever needs someone to talk to. Following this, he exits the house. Andrew reaches out to his friend Macy, and after that, he goes to the restroom to browse through his social media, where he encounters photos of Maya with another man, which angers him. He then goes back to Macy, and they talk about how odd it is that they've known each other since they were kids. Yet, they both acknowledge that they don't share romantic feelings for each other and decide not to pursue it further. The next day, Andrew stumbles upon another photo of Maya with the same man, suggesting they might be dating. This leads him to start working out, hoping to outdo the man. That afternoon, he goes for a job interview at an NGO named Hope, which focuses on enhancing education for children with special needs. However, he becomes extremely anxious and starts talking about unrelated topics. He also mentions that his only job history is from working in a restaurant. The interviewer tells him they'll get in touch, but Andrew believes he's ruined this chance. A few days later, Andrew throws another gathering where he crosses paths with Domino once more. She tells that she was planning to give him a call but couldn't find his number. She introduces him to her fiancé, Joseph. Joseph has heard good things about Andrew and tells her they've chosen him to be their new caregiver. He mentions he's mainly in Chicago for work, and Domino suggests they consider making it their home. Afterward, Andrew goes back to the party and has a blast dancing and enjoying himself. A while later, he meets Domino once more and expresses his gratitude for the job. She tells him she'll be at a birthday party next week and asks if he could look after Lola. Andrew goes to Domino's place to look after Lola. They have a wonderful time playing with her toys until she falls asleep. When Domino comes back, she and Andrew spend some quality time together. During their chat, he asks if she's ever felt depressed. Domino confesses she's always felt that way, particularly before Lola came into her life. Nonetheless, taking care of Lola not only benefited her, but also brought her comfort. Andrew also begins to open up and reveals that his mother has been battling depression for a while. Upon his return, he encounters his mother, who inquires about his whereabouts. He deceives her, stating he had been hanging out with some old high school buddies. She then inquires about his plans for Barcelona, to which he responds that Maya has moved on and is now in a relationship with someone else. Upon learning this, his mother tells him that Maya is not the right match for him, and that he deserves someone more suitable. This news saddens Andrew, but his mother comforts him by telling him that his memories will always be with him. A few days later, at another gathering, Andrew reunites with Domino and her family once more. Joseph asks Andrew to look after Lola while they go out on a date the next evening. He shows up and spends time with Lola. They play until Lola feels exhausted and decides to sleep. Afterward, Domino and Joseph come back from their date, and Andrew feels a pang of jealousy watching them together. Joseph then begins to speak harshly to Andrew, asserting that he's just a child. In response, Domino tells him to leave, and it's not an appropriate time for conversation. A few days later, Andrew gets a call from the NGO with the exciting news that he has landed the job. He's overjoyed to learn that he won't have to work at the meat sticks anymore. At that moment, he gets a message from Domino, asking him to look after Lola for the night while she's out. However, he says he's too busy to accept her offer. Following that, he calls Macy and suggests they go to a club later that evening. Andrew accidentally bumps into Domino. He inquires about Lola's whereabouts, and she tells him she's with her grandparents. Later, Macy texts Andrew, asking about his whereabouts, but he simply brushes off her message. He then exits with Domino and questions her about why she's interested in marrying Joseph. Domino tells Andrew she's in search of a partner who is dedicated and steady, while Andrew believes she's in need of a true companion who deeply comprehends her. Andrew trips and ends up with a cut, prompting Domino to take him home and tend to his wound. He inquires about her reasons for wanting to move to Chicago, to which she confesses her desire to pursue higher education there. Andrew proposes that she could attend college locally instead, taking care of Lola while she dedicates herself to her studies. Domino chuckles and expresses her gratitude for his care towards Lola, as she believes he should be living his 20s to the fullest. A few days later, Andrew throws another gathering, which Joseph and Lola decide to go to without Domino. Joseph lets Andrew know that Domino is sick. He mentions that they no longer need Andrew as their caretaker, as they are relocating to Chicago. This leads Andrew to act in a disrespectful manner towards Joseph. Joseph remains composed and decides to leave the situation. Andrew sees Lola being harassed by a bunch of kids again, so he rushes to her defense and engages in a fight with the aggressors. Consequently, his family is forced to leave the party. In the car ride home, the family comes together, celebrating Greg's bravery. Andrew also apologizes to him and confesses that he truly cares for his mom. That night, while Lola and Joseph are still at the party, Andrew visits Domino. He confesses his love for her and acknowledges that she doesn't want to marry Joseph. Domino responds by saying that being with him makes her feel alive and unique, despite his young age and lack of self-identity. She explains that she's committed to marrying Joseph. With tears in her eyes, Domino tells Andrew that he's worth more than what she can offer, and that he needs to find his true self. Upon hearing this, Andrew is heartbroken. Realizing that Domino wasn't interested in him, Andrew trudges to his car, weeping, while Joseph makes his way back home. Joseph is the first to reach him, banging on his door. Andrew, in the process of attempting to start his car, apologizes, admitting he's just a foolish child. Andrew continues with his daily life, finding joy in his new position at the NGO. He informs his mother that he's no longer interested in going to Barcelona, planning to leave the house, but aiming for a location close by to be near his mother and David. A few days after, Andrew and Domino have their final meeting, with Andrew coming to pick up David from school. During their conversation, Domino reveals that she had Lola at a tender age, and since then, her life has been shaped by her. She longs for the liberty to travel wherever she pleases, engage in any activity, and escape the responsibility of others. Thus, she proposes to Andrew that he should embrace his singlehood and navigate his life independently. Upon hearing this, Andrew chuckles, realizing this will be their last conversation. He admits to believing he's her perfect match, though he acknowledges Joseph shares the same sentiment and ensure her memories remain with him. Later, we observe Andrew in tears as he watches Domino and Lola exit the parking lot. David comes by and informs his brother about his first comprehensive exam success, which brings Andrew joy, and they part ways. Later at home, David comes to Andrew, weeping, expressing his sorrow over his elder brother's departure, and the two share a hug. The story then transitions to 6 months down the line, where Domino and Joseph are wed. Meanwhile, Andrew is living his 20s, exploring his identity as Domino suggested, and the movie ends.